Well, hello again, everyone. Early this morning, I had a request to make a card for a friend of mine whose mother's going to be 95. And what she wanted, if possible, was to incorporate a picture of this cat, who's called Jess, and some red poppies with a 95 on there as well. So what I did was went to the picture of the cat on my phone and I kept my finger on it. And then when you do that on my phone, I don't know if it happens with all phones, but a kind of a wiggly white line comes all the way around the image. And then you have the option to copy, which I did, and it copies the shape that's been cut out. So then I pasted that. Well, in fact, I had to email it to my other computer because it's not a Mac. And then I pasted it into Word. I thought Jess could be looking out of a window. This is a very old memory box die. I've cut a couple. And I thought Jess could be kind of looking out and we'd position her kind of like that. So this, of course, was white paper. And I thought if she's inside, there may be sort of an electric light. So we'll have it yellow. So what I did was, I kind of got going before I suddenly realised I should be doing a video of it. With some scattered straw, Distress Oxide, I put a dab onto my mat, spritzed it with water, just like this, so that I've got kind of watercolour. And then with a broadish sort of brush, I'll show you, just went around the image like this and added that bit of colour. Now here is a little bit of something that was behind Jess that the programme thought was part of the cat, I think. So it doesn't matter about that because that bit is actually going to be behind. Well, I'm going to cut that bit off because I wanted the face to show through that pane just there. So that's that. I'll just remove this out of the way. Try and keep things a little semblance of order. Right. So now what I want to do is to cut the background to go behind. There's several ways I could do this, one of which would be to simply place the die where I want it and cut out, and then I'd have individual pieces to put in. But I'd actually rather like it to be completely flat, and this, I've done a stacked version to go on the top. So what I'm going to do is just with a pencil, just sort of outline where I want it to be, because I'm going to cut this out by hand. I think Jess can go about there. So I'm just going to go around the edge of the shape. There's no complete die that goes with this. It's just the one that cuts out. There's no background die, if you know what I mean. Now, if I cut on that line, it will show. So I'm going to cut just inside it. Here are my scissors. So let's just cut this out, and I'm cutting inside this line. See that funny little mark on the back of, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been the handle of the jug of flowers or something. Not absolutely certain. But I'm cutting inside the line because I don't want this to show beyond the actual frame of the window. I'll just see what it's like in a minute. Okay. Okay, I think that's fine. There's old Jess looking out of the window. So my idea is this. Here I've got one of the largest cards that I actually make. It's just a piece of A4 folded into half. So I thought we'd have Jess kind of like this. And these are some the Greetery brick dies. And I thought we'd have them kind of, I hadn't really looked at this. I might have to choose some different ones. They don't look if they're going to fit quite as well as I thought. What I want to do is to have, that might go like that. I have got some gummier pan bricks. These funny lines are to show me on the wrong side when it's straight on the right side, because I don't want to have my bricks kind of skew-whiff. No, I don't know. I think maybe the Greetery ones might do the trick. So if that goes there, we've got to have somewhere room for, I think we'll have a mum on there somewhere, and we'll have the 95. I think those would be quite nice, like, or should I put that this side? What I've got here are a couple of memory box poppies, and I thought we'd just have a couple of poppies like this outside the window, maybe going right down to the bottom. I don't know. Don't know whether to put that this side. I think these ones would cut those bits right out, whereas the gummier pan ones just make an impression. If I put those behind there, then I could have room for mum here and a 95 at the top, maybe. Right, let me put these on. Put that one there. Let's put some tape on it to hold it still. Nice bit of low-tack tape. It looks straight. Okay. What I think I'll do, I'll put some over there as well. I just hope that these will stay in the die. Not in the die, in the paper. I hope. We'll see. Right, let's just cut these. Not quite sure what's going to happen with this, whether it will cut the bits right out or just leave them in the paper. We'll see. Right, are we nearly ready? Right, here we go. Okay. Ah, wonderful. They've stayed in. So now what I'm going to do is put some tape, sticky tape, over the back, because I don't want any colour there. I just want the impression. So I'm going to put this in to make sure those bits actually stay in this paper. Right. I think I've got them all covered. Maybe that tiny little one at the bottom. Try and keep it in. Okay. And the ones at the top. Or the bottom, whichever way around. This is the bottom, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to keep the colours to a minimum. Do the red. She wanted red poppies, and Jess the cat. and the 95. That was the parameter. Okay, let's see if we can make sure these do stay in the card. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, relief. What a relief. Try and get this one off. That's perfect. Excellent. That was the way I had it, wasn't it? Okay. Now, what I need to do is to put my 2 layers of window together. Is there any pencil on either of them? I think it's okay. Right, let's just stick these together. Now, I need to stick this onto there. So, on the back, with some glue. I'll just pop a piece of block onto that just to press it down. Okay, now I need, well, that's just settling. I'm going to colour these poppies, so I'll put those bits of brick bit wall onto the magnet at the back, cover up my glue, and we'll be away. Okay. Right, poppies. I haven't got any colours out as yet, so let's have a look at this. I need a nice deep red. I think I'll have R6 and R2. Let's try those. R6. Okay. R6 is the deep one. Right, getting in a pickle here. Do you know what I'm thinking as I'm doing this? I need to cut some more because I think I'll do these an extra layer, the actual flowers themselves. I think I will. So I'll cut another couple and colour that with the colour of the leaves. But these ones I'm going to cut off. Didn't think of that beforehand, actually. It means I can just go over the stems, it doesn't matter. Because I'm going to cut them off. Yeah, a bit more of the darker one. It's the joy of, you know, putting things in layers. You can be a little bit more free and easy with your shading because it's not going to affect the finished article. Right, I'm going to cut out 2 more sets of these. Okay, I've cut out 2 more poppies, sets of poppies, and these ones were going to be the base ones, and I'm going to add those flowers on the top of here. So I'm just going to go around the edges of the flowers just to make sure that there's no bits of white kind of showing. So I'll just go round like this. I'm not going to bother where the stems are too much. I don't want to be going over that. A little bit on this one as well. I may cut some of these stems shorter. Don't quite know how they're going to go yet, so we'll just see. Okay, nearly there. Right. Now the stems, I've just the poppies to me are kind of a bluey green stem. I'll just turn this over so we're not confused by the colour that side. Oh, it goes through. Okay, I've got two greens. I've got G240 and G220, and the 240 is just slightly darker. I'm just going to can go down with this. It doesn't matter if I go over the flower because I'm going to put the flower on the top. So let's just see. Might be better with the other end, actually. Let's just see how we go. Oh, the lighter one, I'll just go over all of it with the lighter one as well. There's one, and the other one. Getting a bit of cross-contamination there. Shouldn't have put that red on, I don't think. Right, let's cut these off and stick them on. I'll give them a bit of shape presently. And the other one. I never used to do this before when I was using, I've had these poppies for years. I absolutely love the elegance of them. I think they're just beautiful. But I've always coloured them separately. I've never cut them up and done this kind of business. It's a fairly recent way of doing things to me, but I do prefer it. There we go. Aren't they pretty? So lovely. Okay, and the others. Cut this one off. Yeah, and the last one. This has got the tiniest tip missing. There we go. Right, put some glue on this. And we'll stick it down. Lovely. Now we can go back to our card base and see how we're doing here. So there's our window with Jess looking out. Let's have a look. Get rid of this bits and pieces. I clean that off with isopropyl alcohol. Comes off absolutely straight away. Okay, there's my 2 sets of poppies. It's going to go in the middle. Just wondering whether I'll have them kind of off, just cut them off like that. I think I may do. And then we can have the 95 up here and Mum just there. Okay, right, decided I'm going to stick this onto here. I think I'll do that with some of this glue too. Put my block back on. And we will put some glue behind these. What's a nice arrangement? About like that? Perhaps like that. Oh, I was going to do some shaping, wasn't I? Let's just stop where we are for a minute. Here's my mat, just for the flowers and the bud. So let's get an embossing tool. So that means I'm going to put these on with a foam square and just have the glue down the stem. Alrighty, that's going to make it a bit more vibrant, I think. Nearly forgot that, didn't I? Okay, so some little foam squares behind the flowers. These are really very flat. They're not very obtrusive at all, but they will just keep that bit of shape for those flower heads. Right, now I can do is put some glue on. Okay. Bit of glue stick just so that the glue dots, foam pads should I say, don't stick before I want them to. All right, let's see. Slight movement there has left a little bit of glue, but a baby wipe will just remove it. Okay. Right, I'll be back with a 95 and a Mum. Well, we're getting there. I found the word Mum. I don't remember the make of this, but it was from a set of family names. And I had to search because I put it in the wrong box, but I found it. I was pleased about that. I've got a 95. I'm not quite sure of the make of that either, but I thought it was about the right size. So I've stuck 2 layers there. I've got a 3rd layer here and a 3rd layer there, and I'm going to colour them with this Spectrum Noir metallic paint marker. They come in silver and gold, 3 in a set, and this is the broad tip of one of the sets. So while it's still in here, I'm just going to go over my top layer before I stick it on. I've done this before, if you try and stick all the layers together and you're using a wet glue like Barely Arts, which I love, if you've got any glue on the top, sometimes the marker doesn't leave quite the same colour behind as if it would have been bare card. So if you can colour them separately and then stick them on, it's often better. So, need a bit more ink to come down. That's better. So, just going to colour them. And this marker leaves a beautiful sort of satiny sheen. It's not that bright mirror gold that you get from Miri card. So, oh, it's not staying in its place. Never mind, it does help if it does. I could have put a piece of tape on the back, really. Let me just do that. Keep it in order. Let's try again. There we go. See if I can colour it all over properly. That's better. Okay, now I need to stick those onto the double layer that I've already got. I think I've got it all covered. It takes a little moment or two to dry. So while that's drying, I will be putting glue onto the layer that I'm going to attach them to. So let's do that. Okay. There's my 9. Let's get it aligned. I think I may just give them one more little once over with the gold, just to even it out. That was fine. Okay, so I'm going, when that's properly dry, I'm going to stick them on. That's going to go there. This is going to go here. And I hope she'll think that it is simple but elegant, with a picture of Jess, some red poppies, and 95. So happy birthday to my friend's mum. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, giving a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next time.